is a system that allows students to get resources from their lecturers in the form of notes and assignments. It's also supposed to allow students to discuss on the system itself without them having to meet up physically.
However, most learning management systems tend to be unintuitive, hard to use even. I'm not saying that all learning management systems are bad, but those that are good tend to have limited users and they are kind of like needles in a haystack.
Not only that, there are also other issues such as users themselves lacking the interest to access the system. Most of the systems out there are actually very dull and boring. It lacks something to keep the user motivated.
The system we have in our uni isn't even stable to begin with. Submitting assignment or even just checking them can be a real problem sometimes. And that's where we come in, to develop a system that can change all of this and make the current learning management system all but history. Using SkyDrive, we have managed to capture the responses of learning management system users across Malaysia.
A large slice of the respondents have said that they find their learning management system to be useful, showing that they are willing to use the system but are not going beyond that. The main reason why people use learning management systems, according to our research, is for getting assignments and notes. Less than 20% of our respondents use it to communicate with their lecturers and other students, and barely any of the respondents use anything beyond the core functionalities. Most of the students spend minimal amounts of time on their learning management systems. They log on to the system just long enough to get their notes and assignments without trying to explore the system's other functionalities. A majority of our respondents said that they would be more motivated to use the system if a reward-based system is implemented. Only 30% of the respondents were undecided on this issue, as they've never been exposed to this kind of reward-based system implemented in any of their learning management systems.
So from the data we gathered, we introduced to you our solution, Project SchoolCube.
So, our solution is SchoolCube. Is to turn existing learning management system into a 3D environment with the user as an avatar in a game, but the user will still able to access all the functionality.
With this, we believe that users will be much more motivated to use this learning management system.
Our theme for this design is cubes, thus the name. Players will be placed in various cubes found in the game, with the most essential cube being the player's room, or cube in our case. Players can also visit the cubes of other players to see their progress.
Besides the core functionality of a learning management system, the game will also reward the players for completing tasks and assignments. The reward will be in the form of experience or an in-game currency.
The rendering of the game will be done in DirectX, allowing the game to be both functional and beautiful.
So, basically, this game will run on the Unity 3D engine, which is free to all until we start selling it the game. It's also easy to use and easy to learn.
The servers will be hosted on Azure, Microsoft's cloud computing service. This ensures uninterrupted services and ease of scalability.
The rendering of the game will be done in DirectX, allowing the game to be both functional and beautiful.
The target platform for this game is Windows 7 and Windows 8. However, since it's going to be an in-browser game such for Internet Explorer, other platforms should also be able to access it just as easy.
Our main customer base will be institutions of higher learning. They are the ones who will be able to make use of our system the most and are the people that our system is intended for. As most of these institutions would already have some form of learning management system in place and some levels of infrastructure already present, it will be easier for us to build the system on top of them. Also, we can sell this system to other institutions of learning such as high schools, elementary schools, and other such places that might be interested in our system.
The amount required to run the system would be minimal. The Unity license will only cost up to $2,000 per copy required. Then we will have to consider the cost of hosting on Windows Azure. The amount that would be required to host on Windows Azure would be based on the amount of servers that the system would require in that particular institution. The cost would be between $800 and $2,000 per month, based on the network traffic required by that institution. As a comparison, the amount that several institutions paid for their learning management system range from $2,000 all the way up to $200,000.
The system will be sold as a software-based solution, where the institution will be given the system in the form of a software package and will have to pay only an annual licensing cost. This is mainly for universities with a pre-existing system and maintenance team. For those that do not have this kind of support structure already present, we can provide them with one and have the system sold as a service-based solution. The system can also be custom built for each institution based on their needs and specialities.
The maintenance will be mainly done by the IT support team of the institutions, provided that they have one, supported by the developers of the system, which is ourselves, if they choose to buy the system as a software. Training for the maintenance team will be handled by us. If they choose to buy the service-based solution, the maintenance and installation of the system will be done by our own team. Though the rights of the system and the ownership of the source code will still be held by us, the development team.
SchoolCube
Studying
Just
became awesome!